Hello everybody, Max Cavalera here, saying a big hello, a big metal hello to Metal Wani. Stay metal, motherfuckers.
Fernando from Metal Wani. We are in London today with Max Cavalera. Thank you to be with us once again. Pleasure.
Greetings.
So, last day of the tour today for London crowd. So, London is always very strong for you guys. So, how excited are you to be here tonight?
Very excited. You know, it's been great. It's like it went a little longer than we expected, the return to roots, but it was good, you know, because it was like we noticed that people really like this. I don't know what you call it. It's kind of it's not really side project, but it's like a celebration of this record, you know, with this really cool band we have. You know, it's with Iggor playing the drums, and I'm doing all the vocals, and we're celebrating a very special record. Tony Campos is a great bass player. Unfortunately, we had a tragedy with Mark Rizzo. His father passed away, and he had to go home. And we have Soulfly's bass guitar, Mike Leon, is doing all the solos, and he's doing great. It's amazing that he learned everything in like one day. Shows that you know, everybody really cares for each other and steps up when there's things like that. That's, you know, tragedy and stuff like that that touches everybody, you know. But we are very excited. I'm excited to finish finally the cycle of roots and get back to two things I'm doing next year: Cavalera Conspiracy and Soulfly. Both I'm gonna be touring and making new records for it.
So you played here a year ago about, and remember the madness in a venue. You were playing a bit of Motorhead at the end. So is there any surprises for tonight's show?
We're doing one song for the new Cavalera record.
Yeah.
Which is great. You know, we've been playing on this tour. It's been fantastic reaction every night. You know, it's kind of an underground song. It's excruciating. It's the last track of Psychosis. Psychosis got a really good feedback from the fans. I think fans really love this record. I love the record. I think it's just great. Come back to that death metal, thrash metal form, you know, and it's a full-on album, and this is a bit just a taste of what the tour will be like next year, you know. So we do that in the end, so it's really cool.
So you released a Spectral War music video a couple of months back now. This is one of my favorite songs of the album. It's really dark and powerful video, match the lyrics very well as well. So how did you come up with a concept for this video?
The concept was created by the video director, which is Paul Booth. He's a great tattoo artist from, you know, we met him in the 90s, and he did this, you know, the eyeballs, my neck, tribal neck tattoo, my chest tattoo. And he's always been a good friend of ours, and we always like Paul Booth's stuff, and he's done some cover artwork for Pig Destroyer, 6 Feet Under. So Igor was actually had the idea that to ask Paul to be the video director for this track, you know. And I was really excited because I think Paul's got a really cool, he's got a dark mind, you know, so I knew he was gonna do something really dark and crazy and kind of evil, you know. He didn't have too much time, you know. There was like there was a time compression. He only had this amount of time to do the video, but I think with the time that he had, he made a very good video. It's very strong, you know. I think that the imagery it's real hard, but I think it's the reality, you know, of war. You know, the song is about war. It's about, the concept is kind of like, we call it you know, oblivion, but oblivion is pretty much evil, incarnation of evil, behind all the madness and all the theater of war. There's like an evil personification behind it. So that's what the video was about. Like when he's with the skull, and it's like creating the war, like potions of war, you know. And I love the track. I think the track's really cool. It reminds, the beginning reminds me a bit more of the Angel from early, you know, Authors of Madness kind of stuff, backwards drums, and the song itself is a really cool mid-tempo kind of song. It's not too fast, mid-tempo. So I always love this kind of groove that me and Iggor have. It's a really you know, desperate cry kind of groove, you know. So it was fun, you know. I'm excited. I'm glad people like it. It was voted best song in America in Spin magazine and things like that. One of the best songs of the year. So it's cool for me to
been doing good.
It's good to hear your work is kind of, you know, well received like that, you know.
The eerie song at the end make me think of the Clockwork Orange for some reason. Just the eerie sound at the end of the track. Really love that part.
Yeah, that's we don't know what to do with it. It was like a slow drum, and I had this riff, this bow thrower, very bow thrower kind of riff, you know. And Mark does a great solo there. You know, it's a beautiful solo, you know, but it's really creepy. Yeah, I didn't think of Clockwork Orange, but I see the connection now.
So the new album sounds amazing. I love the overall vibe, the chaotic and mystical sound into it. Arthur Rees really captures the Cavalera Conspiracy essence and soul in this album, really. So how does Psychosis weight up against the Pandemonium album?
Well, I think to me, Psychosis is just it's a different record, you know. To start with, we had a different approach. We had more time with it, and it was cool to have somebody like Arthur also from the outside, giving ideas and pushing me and Iggor forward, you know, especially on the vocals. I think I worked very close with Arthur on the vocals of this record, and I came up with some vocal lines that remind me of stuff like Schizophrenia, even, you know, like really old style of singing, you know, especially songs like Insane and Judas Pariah. You know, it's a very old school kind of vocal approach, you know. I think it's really cool. And Arthur's a really good producer, man. You know, he's fun to work with because he just loves metal, and he's a big fan of me and Igor's catalog, and I could tell he was very honored to be working with us and to get that magic, that spirit of those old records, bring that back to life again on this record. And I think he did it. You know, I think to me, Psychosis, it's like we are embracing our past, but we're going to the future with the noise stuff and Godflesh song, you know, Hellfire with Justin from Godflesh, and even the song Psychosis, which is kind of like a prog rock tribal track. I think it's like the first prog rock tribal track ever done, you know. So it goes to the future too, you know. So it's not just embracing the past, but it was a lot of fun making the record, and I think the team was good. Arthur producing, Joe from Toxic Holocaust mastering. This is a very cool guys. They're very knowledgeable guys of thrash, death metal, thrash metal, you know. So they know their stuff, you know. So I think I'm extremely happy with the final result. I love the cover. I love the inside, the Leonardo da Vinci sketches, which was my idea. I always love Leonardo da Vinci's old grotesque, you know, faces that he does and stuff like that, and kind of goes good with the music, you know, especially like songs like Insane and Impalement Execution and Spectral War. Its imagery goes really good.
Now talking about SOULFLY, how far are we to the new SOULFLY album? And
I'm writing right now, you know, like when I was home before this tour, I was writing a lot of riffs, so I'm just collecting riffs right now. This is the stage where it's very similar to I do on every record. I normally just stack riffs, and those riffs will eventually turn into songs. But there's something cool about the new SOULFLY. It's a bit like a return to some of the tribal sounds of the early SOULFLY. So some of the songs are more kind of like prophecy, like SOULFLY 1 kind of vibe, which I think is really cool, and a lot of people I think going to be happy with that. So we're gonna have like you know, that heavy sound with percussion on top of it. It's gonna be great, you know. And the other part of it is continuation of the heavy stuff that I love, which is the, you know, even some, you know, elements of different extreme music. I listen to like black metal and death metal and thrash metal and stuff like that I always love, and I have fun doing. I think very inspired by a song on Cavalera Conspiracy, Judas Pariah. I think it was one of my favorite songs of the Cavalera, and I want to make more songs like this. So I'm probably gonna go have a couple songs on the SOULFLY that'll be kind of like that, kind of black metal style, together with the tribal. I think it's cool. I think it's like it's gonna be an unpredictable kind of record.
Concept, yeah, pretty basically.
Yeah, it's the concept. It's heavy. It's gonna be heavy, you know, no matter what. But I think it's cool that the mix of maybe half the record is gonna be more tribal, the other half real heavy.
Yeah.
I think that combination will work. Yeah.
So at this point of time, why do you want to go back to the kind of prophecy days? Do you feel that there is more to explore on the tribal side of SOULFLY?
I think we can do expand even more, you know, expand that feeling more, because I don't think it's been fully explored yet. I think we can do more with it, you know, and be it's something that it's kind of like similar to what we did on the Psychosis. It was like, you know, there's this formula, this death metal, thrash metal formula. We just went and picked it up and did it again with the sound of right now, and I think that's interesting. I think it's cool to look as a music like that. I like thinking of music like that as something that you can approach older stuff and bring it to the now and make something cool out of it, you know. And everything else is whatever happens in the studio. I have great musicians like Mark Rizzo. My son Zion's gonna be great on this record. You know, he's becoming an amazing drummer. You know, in an album tour he did amazing. It was so fun to watch him play live. So much energy, you know, and we have Mike Leon playing bass. He's a great bass player. So it's a good, very good SOULFLY lineup. We're gonna record in January, and hopefully the album be out by summer of next year. You know?
So you were saying, yeah, you're going to tour next year. So you already announced a tour with Nile for 2018. So do you have any other thing planned already?
We have an album tour actually before that.
Okay.
We are working on it, and but the Nile tour is really exciting. I'm very excited. I love Nile, and I think SOULFLY and Nile is such a cool package together. You know, I think fans gonna really love that, and they're gonna have a
real feast for the fan, I'd say.
It's good for the fans. It's great. You know, you get Nile and you get SOULFLY in the same night. It's amazing, you know. And we gotta find out what we're gonna do with Cavalera. I think we have to tour for Psychosis. You know. Yeah. Again, maybe one of those kind of packages will be good with some of the bands that we like. You know, I talked to Iggor a bit about some of the bands we like Godflesh and Bozer and Firespawn. You know, there's so many good bands out there that can be part of the, you know, All Pigs Must Die or Integrity or stuff like that. So we're gonna create a package, you know, and hopefully with some of those bands, maybe Nails or Gate Creeper.
That'd be amazing.
It'll be a cool package, and so I'm excited for next year. I think it's gonna be full of tours, you know, and full of new music. So that's my dream right there, you know. Like if I get to create new music and I get to go on tour and play some of music I already created, I'm in heaven, you know. I'm as happy as a kid in a toy store, you know.
Now going back to the Cavalera Conspiracy, how do you and Iggor working and creating nowadays compared to the Sepultura era?
It's more similar to Sepultura Chaos AD era, because the Chaos AD is where I started writing riffs by myself. So I wrote the riffs for Refuse Resist and Territory and Slave New World and Biotech is Godzilla, and I'll take the riffs to the studio and then we turn them into songs. That's the kind of like the process that became more I became more familiar with it, and it works really good, especially when you have a really good drummer like Iggor. I just throw the riffs at him and he, you know, puts the beat on it, and it's most of the time amazing, you know, like what you're gonna hear. And but I think it's very when we click, like we click on Psychosis in a really cool level. I think it was like me and him on the same page on every song, on everything, and I like all the other records. I think they're good. You know, Blunt for Stoma and Inflicted was actually my favorite until Psychosis, and I think Psychosis is a bit more special than Inflicted. It's a bit more well done. But it was also really fun creating Inflicted with Joe from Gojira involved, and it's just fun playing with Iggor, man. It's great because I love him. You know, he's my brother, and I love playing with him. And to be able to create something like Psychosis that people really appreciate, it's amazing. And it's you know, it doesn't get easier; it gets harder. The older you get, it gets harder to have new ideas and you know, keep pushing yourself in a metal arena. You know, it's kind of like find the balance between not starting to repeat yourself, but somehow use the past as a guide to the future. You know, it's very tricky, but I think we did alright on Psychosis. I think it came out pretty good.
So you guys been touring relentlessly, performing the Roots album all over the world. Today is the last day of the tour of the MTV Headbanger Ball. So what had made the European special, the European tour special that time?
This tour was cool. It was real short, you know. So, but I think it was really really cool idea having Overkill and Roots. I think they're cool, two really cool bands that the fans get to see. And then the opening bands a little bit more underground, but also are coming up, Somnium and Deserted Fear, you know. And I'm a big fan of this package tours. You know, we do a lot of those in America. You know, like we did Return to Roots with Immolation and Full of Hell.
King Parrot at some point on the tour?
We had Soulfly with King Parrot. We had Soulfly with Suffocation and Battle Cross. You know, we had.
It's very eclectic, so it's good for the fans. You get a bit of everything.
We had Return to Roots with Death Angel and COC. You know, so it's for the fans, it's great. You know, so I love this kind of packages. And this one's cool. It's just a little short, but it was like show after show. You know, there was like 17 in a row. Yeah. So today is show 17. We are tired.
Yeah, I can imagine. Cool. Thank you very much for your time, man. I appreciate it.